Hey guys, so I didn't know it was viewer's choice. I didn't even know it was Monday. This is the problem with summer. I forget days. So I didn't even know that today was Monday, which is why this video is going up at like 1 in the morning. Whatevs. I don't care. YOLO. So let's go ahead and do this. Oh. Okay, so questions. These are from my Formspring. They're blogging questions. So I am going to be talking about blogging today, I guess. So if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments, and I will answer them. So first question is, when emailing publishers about reviews, do you send them to the publishing house or the imprint? So if you don't know what imprints are, let me go ahead and explain this really quick. Each publishing house has imprints, especially the big six all have imprints. A good example that I can do in depth would be Little Brown. Little Brown is Little Brown. They publish things like Daughter Smoke and Bone, the Maximum Ride books, stuff like that. But they have a division, an imprint, called Poppy. And Poppy does contemporary books, stuff like girl power, family issues, stuff like that. Very, like Cody Kuplinger's books, they come from Poppy. So depending on the kind of book that it is, they put it into different imprints. So most imprints aren't as clear cut as Little Brown's imprint is, but stuff like HarperCollins has Balzer and Bray, Green Willow, Balzer and Bray, Green Willow, Harper Teen, and there's one more that I am totally forgetting, but whatever. I don't know. I forget. There's another one. But yeah, so basically what I do is if I have a contact for each different imprint, like in HarperCollins, depending on what imprint is the book that I want is at, I will email the person. But if I don't have one, like for example, I don't have one like that for Little Brown, then I will just send that to the contact, and they will usually be kind enough to forward it to the right person. So that's the advice I can give you. Next question is, what are some guidelines to follow when trying to make contact with a publisher? How do you do it in the first place? Gotta clear my throat because my throat is hurting and I don't have any water near me. This is going to be scary. If this is your first time sending a publisher a review or a review request, it's going to be terrifying. Get someone to force you to click send. Even now when I'm emailing new contacts, I get super afraid. Like I'm like, what if I say something wrong? What if I misspell something? I like read over my emails 3 times when I'm emailing publicists for the fear that I'm like spelling a title wrong or something. But it's going to be scary. But just do it. A really important thing is to be professional, but don't be overly professional. Like don't feel like you have to suffocate yourself to be like this really like uptight person. Just write the email. They're people. They're not scary. Publicists are really nice people, and they just want to be there. So the best advice I can offer is just make contacts. Usually when you're starting out, they give you like a general email, like is the best way, and then someone will answer you most of the time, and then just that's your contact. And it takes a while to establish a contact in a place. Don't think just because the first time nobody answers you, you are messed up for eternity. It takes a while to establish a relationship with a publisher, and it is not something that's going to happen overnight. You're not just going to email a publisher and they're going to give you a book and then all of a sudden you're just going to start getting books randomly from everywhere. Like, no, it's not going to work like that. It takes a while to be able to start getting like unsolicited copies of things, to start getting like instant replies, to start being considered for press releases. It's something that takes a while to evolve. I did not get on my first big campaign until I think a year in. Maybe it was the Nightshade one, so maybe like a year in or something like that. And it's gonna take some time, and you just need to not get frustrated and don't be afraid to click the send button. So that's the advice I have for you guys. Next question is, where do you keep track of blogging things? That implies that I am organized, which I am not organized whatsoever. I'm really bad. I'm getting a desk and a planner just so I can be more like organized with how I blog. I don't do that well at all. It's mostly just whatever is in my brain at the moment. Food for thoughts. aren't planned in advance. It's just if I read something and then I get an idea, I write a food for thought about it. And those are some of my like popular posts. I enjoy food for thought a lot because I get to hear from you guys. So it's just something that comes to me very organically. I don't schedule posts at all. I cannot write reviews like before time. I just get really uninspired. I write all of my reviews literally about 10 minutes before they go up. I don't take a long time to write reviews. My longest reviews take at least 20 to 15 minutes, and then I just read it once over to make sure there's no spelling mistakes, and then I format it and I hit send. Just how I do it. So I'm curious how you find all the time to read, blog, work, and or do school. It's hard. That also implies that I'm organized, and I'm not. Um, it's I heard something. I think it was Jackson Pierce who said it in one of her videos, but it was you saying that you have no time is always a lie. You always have time to do the things that you want to do. You have to sacrifice things to get to that, but it just all comes down to that. I'm a very extroverted person. I love talking to people. I love going out. I love going to parties. I'm a very big going out type person. Like, I am not a person who likes to stay indoors for a long time. I'm not the type of person who really likes shy, if you haven't noticed. So I like socializing and stuff like that, but sometimes I have to say no, and I have to be like, gotta stay in and read because I need something to review. And it all comes down to knowing what you want to do. If I didn't want to do the blog, I wouldn't do it. It's not something that I feel pressured to do. If I want to skip a day, I feel bad, but it's my decision in the end, and I never want it to feel like work. I always want it to feel like something that I get things out of. You know, like I get an audience, I get books, but never something that I feel like I'm doing like a 9 to 5 enslaved type thing. So it's just something that I have fun doing, so I find time to do it. And if that means not sleeping, because during the school month, I probably sleep an average of 5 hours, just because I have a lot of stuff to do. Besides the blog, I do stuff. I better read. I am an assistant. I have school. I write. I blog. I am starting 2 new features on the blog that are going to require a lot of work. So it's just all about, if you like it, you will find time to do it, and it all just comes with enjoying yourself. And when you enjoy yourself, you'll find time. And if you enjoy sleeping, sleep. Just sleep. Just do it. I don't even know if that answered the question. And the last question is, how long do you usually write a review after reading a book? I'm not like one of those organized people that like they read a book months ahead, so they write the review then and schedule it. No. If I read a book like in June and it comes out in like January, I will read the book in June, not review it in June, and then write the review in January based on what I remember. And I have a really, really good memory when it comes to books, so this usually isn't a problem for me at all. Like, it's like fresh as day for me. So that's how I do it. That's probably a bad idea, but I'm a bad idea type of person. So that is all I have for you guys this week. My throat is hurting like crazy. I need to drink some water. Bye!